This next book might possibly be the worst book I've read in my entire life. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Lauren, and in today's video we're going to be going through a bunch of popular BookTok books and talking about whether or not I think they're worth it or not for you to read. If y'all know me, y'all know I've read a serious amount of popular books out there on the internet, and honestly some of my opinions are a little bit controversial, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna go through and we're gonna talk about my opinions on the books. Maybe throughout this video you can get some recommendations or even like compare books you've already read to how I think about them, and like, I don't know, just to kind of see my opinions. I feel like it's always interesting to see other people's opinions on different books because everybody thinks differently, you know what I mean? So guys, relax, grab yourself a little sweet treat, a little beverage, and without further ado, let's get right on into the video. I'm trying to think of like what book I want to start with because I've got some like serious contenders here that we could go with. Oh my gosh. I feel like I have to go with one that's like staring me down because I feel like a lot of people have read it. This right here is The Court of Thorns and Roses, book 1. Guys, if y'all have not read this series, what are you doing? Like, I feel like everyone has read this book right here. Even if like they haven't completed the whole series, like I feel like so many people I know have just read the first one. I don't want to like go into completely what this series is about, but I will say book 1, not my favorite out of the entire series. I feel like that's kind of a common thought. My favorite is definitely A Court of Mist and Fury, the second book in the series, and if you've read it, you probably know why. This book right here, honestly, it's just one of those introductory world building books that for me is like not super memorable. I don't know. The only reason that this book really stands out in my opinion is because it's like the classic introductory book to this world famous fantasy series. Like, especially whenever I was getting back into reading fantasy, this was like the first series that I picked up. And so for that, I have to give it credit where credit is due. Like, this book changed my life and opened me up to like this new world that I had no idea was out there. Like, obviously as a kid I had read The Hunger Games, Harry Potter, Divergent, all of those like original series, but this just like transformed me and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much more out there, and it really got me back into reading fantasy. So for that, I love it. But yeah, this one right here didn't really do much. I don't know though, because it's Sarah J Maas, you know what I mean? Like, how could I ever say that about Sarah J Maas? But like book 2 and beyond, heck yeah, let's go ahead and get them down because I feel like we need to talk. A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. This book was amazing, absolutely changed my life. The love interest, please, can we just, yeah, it was amazing. Like, I feel like the level that went from this book to this book, the world building and everything just grew so much, and I just have such an appreciation for this one. What can I say? The third book is definitely more of like a political book. This book I would say is more of the love story, and then the one after that is more political. And then honestly, this is gonna sound kind of controversial as well, but I feel like the series could have ended at just these first 3 books. I know, that's kind of crazy, but honestly it might not be, because I'm pretty sure that was the original intent. Because honestly, after reading this book, there will be like the biggest resolution and you're like, oh, pretty much everything is done. But then no, she goes in and she adds A Court of Frost and Starlight, which is the little Christmas novella in the series, and honestly, I can't lie, I ate it up. However, I feel like the story in general is more powerful when it's left to just the first 3. But of course, we cannot leave out this big chungus right here, A Court of Silver Flames. This follows Nesta. If you did not know, she's the sister of Feyre, the main character in the rest of the series, and it follows like what she went through and like how it affected her mentally and her healing journey from there. And I love her character. I know a lot of people do not. I really enjoyed this book a lot. However, why is it so huge? I'm gonna be honest, it felt kind of like she was trying to just hit this giant page number just to like impress everybody with this massive book. I feel like a lot of it was kind of repetitive throughout. I feel like we could have definitely shortened the book down to like this length instead of all of this. There was just a lot that I feel like could have been condensed. However, I feel like it was showing the healing journey that is like a process and it's not linear, and for that I commend it. Just personally, I was getting a little bit bored throughout the middle parts, but overall I really did enjoy this series altogether. Absolutely amazing. This is one of my 5-star series right here. It's so good. I would love to go through and do a reread of it again, just because like I've kind of, I don't know, it's been a while since I've read it and I would love to just see my thoughts on it currently. So let me know if you guys want to see like a reading vlog, maybe like full of spoilers. I don't know. I feel like that could be good. If you guys haven't read this series yet, I million times over recommend. Please pick it up. You will not regret it. I feel like I also want to talk about Throne of Glass, but if y'all know me, y'all know how I feel about this series. Literally amazing. 10 stars out of 5. Like, it's crazy, okay? Just, I don't even know. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it while we're here. The Throne of Glass series. If you know me, you know that I'm an advocate for reading the novella, The Assassin's Blade, first. And there's a reason for this, okay? I know that Sarah J. Maas herself says to read Throne of Glass first. And as someone who read The Assassin's Blade first, I have zero regrets. In fact, I am extremely glad that I did so, because there's something extremely emotionally damaging that happens in this book that will be spoiled for you if you read Throne of Glass first. If you want the most emotional impact, read The Assassin's Blade first. I'm telling you. And it also happens chronologically first in the series, so to me, it just makes sense. I don't know. I will say too, the book Throne of Glass specifically was written by Sarah J. Maas whenever she was really young. Therefore, this one reads slightly less intelligently than the rest of the books. Actually, in my opinion, it reads a lot more, you know, less intelligently. Very, very basic fantasy themes, and it's just kind of like underwhelming in my opinion, but you cannot allow that to get you down when reading this series. You have to just get through this one because the rest of the series will change your life, I'm telling you. This one she wrote later on in life, so this one reads really well in my opinion, but then whenever you go to this one, you're gonna be kind of surprised at the downgrade of writing quality. At least that was my experience. This one I gave a 5 stars, and then this one I gave 3, and then I believe the rest of them were 5 stars, honestly. So take that as you will. Also, yet another one of my controversial opinions. This book right here, Tower of Dawn, follows Kale, who's another character in the story. And for some reason, a lot of people did not enjoy this book so much. I loved it. This book was amazing in my opinion. I don't know, just like the descriptions of the world. It takes place in a completely different like area of the world compared to the rest of the series. And it was just so interesting to read about. Also, I love Kale's character. Very controversial, I know. But wow, like I don't really want to say too much about what this book is about. Don't want to spoil anything, but I loved it. A lot of people don't though, so take that as you will. I was so happy for it. It was so good. Next, we're gonna move into some books by a really popular author because she's kind of controversial from what I've read online. Like some people, you either love her or you hate her. Me? I kind of love her, not gonna lie. The first book we're gonna talk about here is Happy Place by Emily Henry. Oh my gosh, this book was everything to me. The found family in this story just tugged at my heartstrings in the best way. I don't understand how you could not want a found family like this one. Although there were some flaws in the characters, I mean, there's flaws in everyone in life, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can't judge it based off that. There had to be a plot. Emily Henry's writing in general blows me away every time. She has such a way with words that I wish I had. Oh, she's just so good. The two characters in this book, Harriet and Wynne, basically they broke up and they're trying to tell their friend group about it, but they get asked to go to this wedding of one of their friends and they don't want to ruin the wedding, so they continue to kind of like pretend that they're still dating in the background. And oh my gosh, it was so good. This was one of my 5-star reads as well. Quite crazy. The next one we're going to be talking about is Beach Read by Emily Henry. Now guys, first whenever I read this book, I gave it 5 stars. But now that I look back on it, I kind of wish I could lower my rating either to a 4 or like a 3.5 because I don't think about this book. I don't think about it. Even filming this video, I was like, what is this book even about? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's like they're two authors and they're trading genres with each other so they can get out of these writing blocks they're experiencing. And yes, their banter was so good. It was so good. Just for some reason, whenever I think of a 5-star book, it's something that I can remember all of the details of just on the spot. And for this one, it doesn't do that for me for some reason. Maybe it's just because I read it a long time ago, but no, not really. I read this book in March, I'm pretty sure, because I read it on my spring break trip. Yeah, also the title Beach Read is very deceiving. The cover is very deceiving. It's not a beach read. I don't know. I mean, it is, but it's not as beachy of a feeling as you would think it is. Like, they never really go on the beach, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about Emily Henry. Don't get me wrong, I love her. I love her as an author. I love her writing style. She has such a way with words and so many quotes of hers I love. But yeah, and also if you guys saw my recent book haul video. I recently bought like, how many did I buy? 3 more Emily Henry books to give a try to, so we will see how I feel about those. Now guys, this next book might possibly be the worst book I've read in my entire life. Oh wait, actually that might be a little harsh. That book is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I'm sorry. I just did not enjoy this book. This is a workplace romance, which I don't like that. I feel like that's a direct violation of the company rules. Like, what are you doing? Honestly, and isn't he her boss? No, they work in the same room and he just like belittles her every single day. He's so rude to her and I just hate his personality so much. And then it was like all of a sudden they went from literally despising each other to like they were obsessed with each other. It made no sense to me at all. And yeah, just a workplace romance in general, I don't like it. It feels wrong. I don't know. Like he would literally bully her. He would literally bully her repeatedly every single day for years, I'm pretty sure. No. He never redeemed himself in my opinion. I'm sorry. Also, this is one of those books where she's like, oh, I'm so itty bitty. I'm so teeny tiny and he's just humongous and tall and big and huge. No. Quit with that cringe. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my opinion on that. Guys, we have to talk about this book right here. Fourth Wing. Okay. I know a lot of people don't like this book just because they think that it's like, you know, your basic fantasy plot doesn't really do much for you. Kind of just repeats the plot that a lot of other fantasies do, and I don't know. However, oh my gosh, no, my page is bent. Guys, look at that. Dang it. I hate it when that happens. Ugh, I'm gonna have to glue it. Actually, I'll glue it in a minute. What was I saying? Oh, I, however, loved this book. Call me basic, I don't care. I thought it was amazing. I was literally so hooked from page 1, which is kind of hard to do in a fantasy book, especially with all of the world building and everything like that. So for that, I give this book so much credit. Yes, this is another one of those where she's like, I'm so tiny and small. Why do they do that? It's just kind of cringe. I don't know. Like, kind of the whole plot is that she's fragile and tiny, but she's like making a place for herself. But it's also so much more than that. Okay, the dragons in this book, oh my gosh, I loved the bonding aspect with the humans and the dragons, and like the fact that they mutually kind of choose each other. Oh my gosh, and the fact that they can communicate with each other and talk. It's just so funny seeing the different dragons' personalities come out. And yeah, this is the only book I've read so far in the Empyrean series. I do have Iron Flame back here, and then I'm gonna read Onyx Storm. Probably I'm gonna reread this one and then read those other 2 all in a reading vlog for you guys. Let me know if you would want to see something like that. But yeah, where I'm at currently, we've been introduced to the academy, the way it is, and there's kind of something building more underneath, and I'm really excited to see where the rest of the series goes. The plot twist at the end of this book, so good. I recommend you guys go watch my reading vlog on this one if you haven't. It was like the reading the highest and lowest rated books in my physical TBR. It was so good. I read this and then I don't even know what the other one was. It was mid. This was the highest rated book, and for good reason. But yeah, that's Fourth Wing. I'm gonna put this over here so I remember to glue that. That's really upsetting. Oh, while we're here, I have to talk about this book right here. This is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I read this book like a week ago, and I don't know if you guys have seen my reading vlog yet on it. If you haven't, it'll be linked down in the description below. It's the vlog right before this one. But guys, this book was so freaking good. I'm telling you, wow. If I don't know why I had this book on my TBR for the longest time ever, and for some reason I was just procrastinating reading it. I put it off for the longest time. I don't know why I always do that, because like this gem was hiding on my shelf for that long. Are you serious? It was crazy. I literally loved this so much. Cyrus, her character, and Kingfisher, oh my gosh, both of them were the most selfless people ever. The world building was crazy. It was another one of those books where I was like enthralled in it from the very beginning. The one qualm I have about this book, actually there's a few. Kingfisher, what the heck is that name? I'm sorry. They could have named him Bob, Frank, literally any other basic name. Like, come on now, really? Kingfisher? I'm sorry, we're all cringing. Hello? Like that, Thankfully she at least called him Fisher, so it kind of, you know, Fisher's like, okay, like I don't know whose name is Fisher, but better better than Kingfisher, sorry. Also, a lot of people think that the cover is like an abomination, but I kind of like it. I don't know. There was a couple things in this series that kind of left unturned, and then there was something at the very end too that was very much out of the blue and didn't really make sense. It felt like it was kind of just thrown in there. So for that, I kind of like took off a few little points, but it wasn't enough for me to demote it from a 5-star. I still loved it that much, so I really recommend reading Quicksilver by Kelly Hart. Alright guys, we've got quite a controversial opinion coming up. This is Normal People by Sally Rooney, but honestly, this is another one of those where I hear that people either love it or hate it. This book is so tiny. I forgot that it was like this little bitty thing. Oh, haven't picked it up in a while. Why has it got water damage? Oops. Okay. If you know me, you know I am not the biggest fan of this book, unfortunately. I don't think I really understood it or related to it in a way. I don't know if I was just too young whenever I read it, but it just, both of the characters seemed very whiny in my opinion, and it's just like, okay, stand up and take control of your life. I don't know, but honestly, I might have got the entire purpose of this book messed up, so sorry if you disagree. That's just my personal opinion. It's okay to disagree, guys. It's okay. But yeah, I do think I'm gonna give it another reread just because, I don't know, just didn't really do a lot for me. I don't know. But, wait, I'm flipping through and I just realized another thing. This book is one of those that the dialogue doesn't have quotations in it, and for some reason that just drives me crazy. That's another ick I have with books. I don't know why, I just have it. You can't really tell if they're thinking it or saying it. It's confusing, but like I said, if I went through now and reread it, like I'm pretty sure the last time I read this was like 5 or 6 years ago. It's been a while. I probably should give it a reread just to see how I think about it now. So we'll see. Let me know if you want to see a reread of this in a reading vlog. I will do it if you guys really want it. My camera's overheating, so I will be right back. Alright, I read this little trilogy right here. This is the Knock 'Em Out trilogy? Yes, this is the Knock 'Em Out trilogy. Book 1 is Things We Never Got Over, Book 2, Things We Hide from the Light, and Book 3, Things We Left Behind. I read this series for my small town romance reading vlog, and honestly, I kind of ate this series up. It was a little bit unique compared to the books I normally read. I'm normally kind of just like standalone romance or fantasy, but this one took me by surprise for sure. The first book, Things We Never Got Over, I was kind of put off of it by the amount of like profanity in it. That sounds kind of, I don't know, but there was just a lot of cussing, and one thing that threw me off was the male main character. He cusses so much, okay? And then there's like this little girl that's also in the series, and the fact that he cusses to her constantly, like not necessarily at her, but just like in his conversation around her, everything of the sort, and he does it in front of her and then blows up at her, is so mad, cussing at her in his conversation with her when he's telling her to stop using bad language. Like, hello? Set by example, my guy. But yeah, this book over here still, even though that was there, I give this book a 4-star. The epilogue literally brought tears to my eyes. It was crazy. I love the found family aspect in this whole series. This is one of those too that you have to read them in order because there's like this underlying plot going on underneath with crime and everything. It was so interesting. The second book, Things We Hide from the Light, follows the twin brother of the main male character in the first book, and he's a police officer. So of course, like the underlying plot of the crime going on is like really interesting and steps up a notch in this one. But honestly, I don't know. I didn't really care for the female main character in this one. She was okay. Like, she just kind of got thrown in at the end of the first book and didn't really do much for me. I don't know. She was just okay. But then we went on to Things We Left Behind. And this book, let me tell you, I was waiting on it throughout the entire series. This book follows Lucian Rollins, who's like this millionaire man. He has kind of this underground, what the heck do you even call it? I don't know. Let me just read this back for you because I feel like that kind of says a little bit. Lucian Rollins is a lean, mean, vengeance-seeking Mongol? I don't know. On a quest to erase his abusive father's mark on the family name, he spends every waking minute pulling strings and building his empire. The more money and power he gains, the safer he feels. Whew, it's just like, one of those crazy books that like takes you out of your reality and like puts you in some like something slightly like unbelievable, but it's still so good. It's crazy. I love reading about like really rich people. I don't know why. But yeah, I gave this one 5 stars, as we know. The only thing about it still, even though it was a 5-star, the ending was like really rushed. Like, yes, the whole thing, that even kind of goes with all of these books. The whole thing is a slow burn, but then it's like all of the sudden at the very end, they go from hating each other to loving each other. I'm kind of just like, do more, you know what I mean? Do a slow build up rather than just hate, love at the very end. I don't know. Just my opinion. Okay, yo, I had to turn on the ceiling fan because I'm literally dying of heat in here, so apologies if it's really loud. Let's see what we want to do. Oh yeah, I pulled some down. This book right here, I read way back in high school, so there's like no record on my channel of me reading it. At the time, my content was like lifestyle focused, so, but still, I loved this series so much back whenever I first read it. Let me even just get them out. Like, I read Shadow and Bone. It was amazing. Oh my gosh, I was crying so hard reading the end. Guys, the emotional trauma this put me through, I'm sorry. Maybe that's just because I read it when I was younger. I don't know if I would have really had that kind of reaction to it now, given that I've kind of expanded my palette since then, but oh my gosh, it was so good. I was such a fiend for this book. I read it in like a day. Also these next two, I'm pretty sure I read in the span of one day. The next one is Siege and Storm. As you can see, I tabbed it up. And then the last one, Ruin and Rising, also tabbed it up. But yeah, nothing compares to this first one, y'all. I don't know why I just was like such in shock by the ending. I just wonder truly if that would have done it to me now. I don't know. But younger me, shoot, this was the stuff right here. This was it. And if y'all don't know, this is kind of the interconnected series with, where the heck is it? The Six of Crows duology, which is this one right here. And so naturally, right after reading the Grishaverse trilogy, I went right into the Six of Crows duology. Oh, these are both by Leigh Bardugo, by the way. What a queen. They're both kind of, I'm pretty sure they're both YA, but I don't care. They're good. However, this is gonna be like the most controversial opinion of this video, I'm pretty sure. Younger me reading these books, I did not enjoy the Six of Crows duology as much as I enjoyed the Grishaverse trilogy. Isn't that crazy? I'm like probably the only person that feels this way. Let me know if you feel the same, because I don't know what, I don't know why. Because honestly, the reason a lot of people love this duology right here, I'll grab the other one. The other one is The Crooked Kingdom. Here they both are. The reason that most people enjoy these better is because supposedly they're faster paced. I don't know. They were kind of dragging a little bit for me back in the day whenever I read them. But I will say the found family aspect of these books was seriously there. So if you were looking for a found family book, these are going to be the ones for you. This was like one of the best found families I've ever read looking back on it. Didn't really appreciate it for that at the time, but now I'm like, dang, I should give these a reread. Basically, these books follow this heist of these like crime lord guys. Sounds a little bit more intense than it actually is reading it, because obviously it's YA, but I still ate it up. I don't know what stars I gave it back in the day. If y'all want to know, you can probably find it back on my Goodreads way back. But yes, here are these two. Would I recommend? Yes. I'll have to put these back in the case. They're hard to fit back in this case because I tabbed them. Another author I feel like I can't go without including in this video is Frida McFadden. I read The Boyfriend by her, which, yo, this book literally got me so good. The plot twist, could not have seen it coming from a mile away. I'm sorry. It was so good. This woman, she has kind of this similar writing style throughout all of her books, I've noticed. I say that, granted, I've only read 2, but I don't know. The way she writes... Oh, by the way, did I say these were thrillers? She writes thrillers, so if you're not into that, then I don't know. I still recommend giving it a try because her writing style is just crazy. She writes these extremely short chapters, which automatically, for me, a short chapter makes me want to keep reading the whole book. Who else agrees? But then as soon as you get to the end of a chapter, the biggest plot twist ever happens at the end of every single chapter. It just makes you fly through the book. I put this thing away in like a day, I'm pretty sure. It was so good. And for the split a second of it, I thought, oh, I know what this is. I know what's gonna happen. I didn't know. Another amazing book by her. This is The Inmates by Frida McFadden. Y'all, I thought I had the ending of this one predicted too, but no. Boy, was I wrong. I was so off. Wow, it was crazy. Oh my gosh. And I think it was the epilogue. Was it the epilogue or the last chapter? Yeah. That very last line of... Wait, is it the epilogue? Yes, the epilogue. That very last line made this whole book. Whatever you do if you're reading this, do not read the last line. It will spoil the whole thing probably. It was so good. It was so good. I recommend pick it up. Let me know other Freida McFadden books too that I should pick up because I'm on the market for some more. I loved them. What can I say? We're gonna go next into The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This book was popular so long ago and I literally just read it a week or so ago. I listened to it on audiobook. Like even before I got the physical copy, I listened to it on audiobook and then just decided to get it after. That way I could talk about it in my videos and then have it on my shelf. But yes, this book is a kind of like women in STEM book. Not even just women in STEM. It's like a STEM romance. Basically this girl, her best friend is interested in dating this guy, but the best friend thinks that the main character, Olive, likes the guy. Olive is trying to convince her no, she doesn't. So she tells her that she's on a date, but instead she goes to the like chemistry labs or whatever, and lo and behold, guess who's there? The best friend. Olive freaks out because she's supposed to be on a date, so she ends up grabbing this random man in the hallway and kissing him to fool the best friend. I don't know what would make you do that, but it's fiction, so you know. And the man that she ends up kissing is a professor at the university, but like somehow he's not her professor, so it's like, okay. That part I was like, I don't know about that, honestly. It was kind of, that part threw me off for sure. And then basically they end up fake dating because they kind of both have their own reasons for doing so. And yeah, it just goes from there. I will say I was intrigued. It was very, very unique compared to the romance books that I've read in the past, where they're just like either small town or they take place on a beach or they're vacationing or whatever. This one was very unique in that aspect. So for that, I give it credit. However, was it amazing? No, I'm pretty sure I gave it 3 stars. Maybe if I read it back in the day whenever it was first popular, I was first getting back into reading, I would have liked it more. But I feel like I've just read better. I don't know. Still, if you haven't read it, I would pick it up, give it a chance. It's very unique, and yeah, overall I enjoyed it. It was a good little palette cleanser book. I'm gonna talk about literally one more book to wrap this video up because I feel like we've been going for so long now. Let me know if you guys want to see a part 2 because I could keep going. I could keep going. I have so many more books I've read and I've got some opinions on them. You know what I mean? But the last book we're gonna end off on, this is gonna end on a good note. This is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. Stop. I loved this book when I first read it. So unique, so just perfect in its own way. I don't even know. It's like nostalgic, but sweet, but unique. It's written long enough ago, I think, that it was written before the like epidemic of authors writing their books just to fit all these tropes in them. We don't have that in this one. It's just so sweet. It's the sweetest love story I've read. Honestly, it might be just the sweetest love story. The trauma, and the way that she drags him out of his hole that he's put himself into in his life, or that honestly other people have put him into. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good. Their undying love for each other. A million times over, I recommend this book. This is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. If you've read it, you know you know. There's like not even words I could say to describe it. I don't even know how. But whatever, that's okay. We're gonna wrap up this video here. Let's put it back where she belongs, here on my shelf. Thanks so much for watching today's video, everybody. I love you all so much and I really appreciate you being here. Another little side note that I haven't really addressed yet on my channel, but I really want to, is the fact that we hit 1,000 subscribers. Stop. Guys, oh my gosh, I've been doing YouTube since 2020 and my goal for the longest time has been to hit that number. Actually, let's check where we're at right now because we can't leave a single one of you guys out, okay? I'm thankful for each and every one of you. You have no idea. Currently, we're at 1,161. I don't even know. I was such in shock whenever we first hit that number, and it's all thanks to you guys. You literally are making my dreams come true, and for that, I can't thank you enough. You mean the absolute world to me, and I'm just so happy that you're here and that we found each other. It's just, it means so much that like the effort I'm putting into on these videos has touched people, and like all of those people made the choice to subscribe to me. And that is just crazy to me. I can't even believe it. Thank you guys so unbelievably much. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up this video here because I feel like I've been talking for way too long. I have no idea how long I've been filming for. But we got a lot to do today, y'all. We got some homework. My mom is coming to visit this weekend. We gotta get going, y'all. We gotta get going. So yes, thanks so much for watching. I love you all so much and I'll see you very, very soon next time. Bye guys. Have a great day.